One peaceful afternoon, while taking my usual walk through the neighborhood, I noticed something that immediately caught my attention. Resting quietly on the edge of the sidewalk was an aloe vera plant that looked as if it had been dropped by accident. I called out several times, hoping the owner might hear me and come back, but no one returned. For a moment, I stood there wondering what to do. Leaving such a healthy plant behind didn't feel right, especially knowing that with a little care it could continue growing for many more years. So I gently picked it up and brought it home, determined to give it a second chance. Welcome to the Senior Garden Guide, where we believe every plant deserves an opportunity to thrive, and where simple gardening methods can help anyone, especially seniors and beginners, enjoy healthier and more beautiful plants. Today, I'll show you exactly how I rescued this abandoned aloe vera using 2 inexpensive kitchen ingredients that many people already have at home. The entire process is easy, affordable, and perfect for anyone who enjoys caring for plants without relying on expensive products. Before doing anything else, I always begin by carefully inspecting the plant from top to bottom. This first step may seem simple, but it often determines whether a struggling plant recovers quickly or continues to decline. I slowly examine every leaf, looking for cuts, bruises, broken tissue, insect damage, or signs of disease. Then I gently check the stem, making sure it still feels firm rather than soft or mushy, because a soft stem can sometimes indicate hidden rot. Finally, I inspect the roots one by one, searching for dark, rotten sections or roots that may have been damaged when the plant fell. Taking a few extra minutes during this inspection allows you to understand exactly what your plant needs instead of guessing. It also helps prevent future problems by identifying weak areas before they become serious. As I continued checking this aloe vera, I felt more optimistic. The leaves were still thick and full of moisture, the stem remained strong, and the roots looked surprisingly healthy with no obvious signs of rot. Although the plant had clearly been through a rough experience, its overall condition suggested it still had an excellent chance of making a full recovery with proper care. After finishing the inspection, the next step was giving the entire plant a thorough rinse under clean running water. Many gardeners overlook this part, but it plays a very important role. Dirt, dust, tiny insects, dried plant material, and other unwanted debris often cling to the leaves and roots, especially after a plant has been lying outdoors. Washing everything away creates a much cleaner starting point and allows you to see the true condition of the plant much more clearly. While rinsing, it's important to handle the roots gently because healthy roots are extremely valuable during recovery. Damaging them unnecessarily only slows the healing process. Once the plant was completely clean, I placed it in a dry, well-ventilated location with bright indirect light instead of harsh direct sunshine. Allowing the surface moisture to evaporate naturally helps reduce the risk of rot and prepares the plant for the next stage of treatment. While waiting for the aloe vera to dry, I prepared one of the simplest plant care solutions you can make at home. The first ingredient is something found in millions of kitchens around the world: baking soda. Besides being useful for cooking and cleaning, many gardeners also use properly diluted baking soda during routine plant care because it helps clean plant surfaces and creates conditions that are less favorable for certain fungal problems. To prepare the mixture, I poured 1 liter of room temperature water into a clean glass container before adding 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Then I stirred the solution thoroughly until every bit of the powder dissolved completely. This creates a gentle, even solution that's ready to use. It's important to remember that moderation is the key. More is not always better. Proper dilution allows the solution to do its job without unnecessarily stressing the plant. Once the aloe vera had dried naturally, I gently lowered only the roots and the base of the plant into the baking soda solution, allowing them to soak for around 10 to 15 minutes. Rather than soaking the leaves for a long period, I prefer dipping them briefly or wiping them carefully with a soft cloth dampened in the same solution. This helps remove any remaining dirt and leaves the entire plant feeling fresh and clean while reducing the chance that unwanted fungi remain on the surface. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make the biggest difference in successful plant recovery. While the plant rested in the solution, I turned my attention to preparing a healthy growing medium. A good soil mix is just as important as watering because even the healthiest plant cannot thrive if its roots are trapped in heavy, compacted soil. For this aloe vera, I chose an easy mixture consisting of 50% garden soil and 50% coconut coir. Garden soil provides natural minerals and stores moisture and nutrients that support long-term growth, while coconut coir improves drainage and air circulation, helping the roots breathe and expand more easily. When these two materials are combined, they create a balanced growing medium that holds enough moisture without remaining overly wet. I mixed everything thoroughly until the texture became loose and uniform, making sure both ingredients were evenly distributed. Healthy roots need both moisture and oxygen, and this simple mixture provides an excellent balance of both. As I prepared everything, I couldn't help thinking how rewarding it is to rescue a plant that someone else may have believed was no longer worth saving. Gardening often reminds us that life is incredibly resilient. Sometimes all a struggling plant needs is patience, the right environment, and a little extra care. That's one of the wonderful lessons nature teaches us again and again. If you're enjoying this journey and love learning practical gardening tips made especially for home gardeners and seniors, don't forget to subscribe to the Senior Garden Guide so you never miss future videos filled with simple techniques that really work. Every rescued plant has a story, and today this aloe vera is beginning a brand new chapter. After allowing the roots to soak for the recommended time, I carefully removed the plant from the solution and let the excess liquid drain away naturally for a few minutes. Now everything was ready for the most satisfying part of the rescue, the repotting process, where this abandoned aloe vera would finally receive a safe, comfortable new home and begin its journey toward becoming healthier, stronger, and even more beautiful than before. After preparing the pot and the fresh growing medium, it was finally time to give this rescued aloe vera a new beginning. I selected a clean pot with several drainage holes at the bottom because proper drainage is one of the most important factors in keeping aloe vera healthy. Without drainage, excess water can remain trapped around the roots, eventually leading to root rot, one of the most common reasons these beautiful plants fail. To prevent any soil from escaping while still allowing water to flow freely, I placed a thin layer of fine mesh over the drainage holes. Then I added the first layer of the prepared soil mixture, creating a soft, stable foundation where the roots could settle naturally. Next, I carefully positioned the aloe vera in the center of the pot, making sure it stood upright without leaning to either side. Holding the plant gently with one hand, I slowly filled the remaining space around the roots with the prepared growing medium. Instead of pressing the soil down firmly, I lightly secured it around the base so the roots would have enough support while still receiving the airflow they need to grow strong and healthy. Healthy roots require oxygen just as much as moisture, and loose soil allows them to expand comfortably over time. With the repotting complete, the aloe vera already looked much happier than when I first found it abandoned beside the road. However, the rescue wasn't finished yet. Newly repotted plants need time to recover from the stress of being moved, so rather than placing it under direct sunlight, I moved the pot into a bright location with gentle indirect light and plenty of fresh air. Here, the plant could rest peacefully without being exposed to excessive heat or intense sunlight while its roots adjusted to their new environment. During these first few days, patience becomes one of the most valuable gardening tools you can have. Many gardeners make the mistake of giving too much water or too much fertilizer immediately after repotting, believing it will speed up recovery. In reality, this often creates unnecessary stress for the roots. Instead, I applied only a small amount of clean room temperature water around the base of the plant, just enough to lightly moisten the growing medium without making it soggy. This gentle watering helps the soil settle naturally around the roots, removes trapped air pockets, and provides enough moisture for the plant to begin adapting without creating overly wet conditions. Then I simply allowed nature to do its work. Sometimes the best thing we can do for a recovering plant is to leave it alone and let it heal at its own pace. After approximately 3 days, once I could see the aloe vera standing firmly and showing signs that it had settled into its new home, I prepared the second homemade solution that would help support its continued growth. Once again, the ingredient came straight from the kitchen. This time I used ordinary rice. Rice contains starch along with small amounts of naturally occurring vitamins, minerals, and organic compounds. While rice water should never be considered a miracle fertilizer, Many gardeners appreciate it as a gentle homemade supplement that can contribute dissolved organic matter to the growing medium when used properly and in moderation. Preparing it couldn't be easier. I placed 3 tablespoons of uncooked rice into a clean glass container before adding about 500 milliliters of room temperature water. Then I stirred the mixture gently for a few minutes, allowing the water to wash over every grain so that some of the naturally soluble compounds and starch could disperse evenly into the liquid. After allowing the mixture to soak briefly, I poured everything through a fine strainer, removing every grain of rice and keeping only the clear liquid. This extra step creates a much cleaner solution that's easier to apply without leaving unwanted particles behind. To make the solution even gentler, I added another 500 milliliters of clean water, creating a balanced mixture suitable for routine plant care. Once everything was ready, I poured part of the rice water into a watering can and slowly watered around the base of the aloe vera, allowing the liquid to soak gradually into the root zone. Used this way, the solution may help create a healthier environment for beneficial microorganisms already living in the soil, while providing a small amount of dissolved organic matter that supports overall soil health. Combined with proper watering, adequate sunlight, and good drainage, these simple practices help the plant absorb water and nutrients more efficiently as it continues growing. Rather than wasting the remaining solution, I transferred it into a clean spray bottle, sealed it tightly, and stored it in the refrigerator. Properly stored, this homemade rice water can usually be used over the next 3 to 5 days, making it convenient for busy gardeners who don't want to prepare a fresh batch every time. Whenever I needed it, I simply removed the bottle from the refrigerator, allowed it to return to room temperature, and lightly misted the leaves or watered around the base of the plant. Using a fine spray creates tiny droplets that spread evenly across the leaf surfaces without soaking them excessively, while watering around the base allows the solution to move gradually through the growing medium. It's an easy routine that saves both time and money while encouraging consistent plant care. Gardening doesn't always require expensive fertilizers or complicated techniques. Often, success comes from understanding your plants, using simple methods consistently, and allowing nature enough time to respond. As the weeks passed, the results became increasingly rewarding. The once forgotten aloe vera that had been lying beside the roadside slowly transformed into a healthy, vigorous plant. Its leaves became noticeably thicker, fuller, and darker green. Fresh new leaves began emerging from the center while the older leaves remained firm and full of moisture. Beneath the soil, the roots developed into a dense, healthy network that anchored the plant securely inside its pot and allowed it to absorb water and nutrients much more efficiently. Every new leaf served as a reminder that even plants facing difficult circumstances can recover when given patience, proper care, and the right growing conditions. Watching this transformation was incredibly satisfying because it proved that simple, thoughtful gardening practices often produce the most impressive results. If you have an aloe vera at home that's growing slowly, looking weak, or struggling to produce healthy new leaves, perhaps it's simply waiting for the right care rather than needing expensive treatments. Small improvements in watering habits, soil quality, lighting, and routine maintenance can make an enormous difference over time. Here at the Senior Garden Guide, our goal is to make gardening enjoyable, practical, and accessible for everyone, especially seniors and beginners who want reliable methods without unnecessary complications. Every healthy garden begins with patience, observation, and a willingness to learn from nature itself. I hope this aloe vera rescue inspires you to look at struggling plants differently, because sometimes the plant that appears forgotten today can become the strongest and most beautiful one in your collection tomorrow. If you enjoyed following this rescue from beginning to end and found these simple gardening techniques helpful, don't forget to support the Senior Garden Guide by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing your own gardening experiences in the comments below. I'd love to know which country you're watching from and whether you've ever rescued a plant that surprised you with an amazing recovery. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and until our next gardening adventure, keep growing, keep learning, and remember that with a little patience and consistent care, every plant has the potential to thrive.